you struggle with focus, restlessness, or constant worry? Is it anxiety or could it be ADHD? These two conditions can look surprisingly similar and it's easy to mistake one for the other. Let's break it down so you can finally get some clarity. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Diana and I'm a UK registered mental health nurse and public health professional, and this is your space for mental health awareness, nursing school tips and general health and wellness insights. If these topics sound like something you'll be interested in, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the valuable videos I put out on this channel. Now, let's dive right into the key differences between ADHD and anxiety and why it matters. The first key difference is symptom overlap and confusion. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to tell anxiety apart from ADHD is because the symptoms overlap so much. Both conditions can leave you feeling restless, easily distracted, irritable, and constantly behind on tasks. You might find yourself procrastinating, staying up late because your mind won't settle, or feeling completely overwhelmed by even small responsibilities. But here's the important part. While the surface level symptoms may look the same, the root causes are very different. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental condition. It's wired into how your brain processes information, regulates attention, and manages executive functioning. Think of it as the brain's control center being a bit disorganized. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a mental health condition driven by excessive worry or fear. It's not about how your brain organizes attention. It's about your brain going into survival mode when it feels threatened, even when the threat isn't real. So, what does that look like in real life? With ADHD, inattention is consistent. You'll struggle to focus in nearly every situation, at work, at home, or even with hobbies you love. With anxiety, the inattention usually spikes during stressful or triggering moments. For example, you might normally focus fine, but before a big exam, your worry takes over and you can't concentrate. Key overlapping symptoms include inattention and distractibility, sleep disturbances, difficulty staying organized, and feeling mentally overloaded or overwhelmed. The main difference with ADHD, these challenges are constant across different settings. With anxiety, they tend to come and go depending on what's triggering your worry at the time. Secondly, we have core differences in brain function. Now let's break it down at the brain level, because ADHD and anxiety don't just feel different, they actually come from different wiring. With ADHD, the issue issue lies in dopamine regulation and activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, organization, focus, and impulse control. This means people with ADHD often want to start or finish a task, but their brain struggles to activate that go signal. With anxiety, the difference shows up in the amygdala, the brain's fear center. Anxiety often involves hyperactivity in this area, which sends your stress response into overdrive. That's why someone with anxiety feels constantly on edge, even in situations that aren't dangerous. Here's a simple way to think of it. With ADHD, the barrier is motivation and executive function. You may want to do the thing, but your brain won't cooperate. With anxiety, the barrier is fear and worry. You avoid the thing because your mind convinces you will fail, embarrass yourself, or something will go wrong. So, while both conditions can cause procrastination, the why behind it is completely different. ADHD procrastination comes from difficulty activating focus, while anxiety procrastination comes from fear of failure. 3. Emotional regulation. Another key difference lies in how emotions are managed or, in many cases, mismanaged. Both ADHD and anxiety involve emotional dysregulation, but they show up in very different ways. With ADHD, emotions often feel intense and fast. A person may experience frustration, impatience, or sudden mood swings that come and go quickly. This can look like snapping in anger, feeling overstimulated in busy environments, or reacting impulsively before thinking things through. With anxiety, the emotions are less about sudden outbursts and more about lingering worry. Instead of quick highs and lows, anxiety leads to overthinking, rumination, and avoidance. Fear dominates the emotional landscape, often causing a person to replay situations in their mind or avoid them altogether. Let's put this into a real-world example. A student with ADHD may forget an assignment, then get frustrated and angry at themselves in the moment. A student with anxiety remembers every single detail but spends hours obsessing over the possibility of making a mistake, which fuels stress and self-doubt. So while both ADHD and anxiety can create emotional challenges, the patterns are very different. ADHD emotions are quick, intense, and impulsive, while anxiety emotions are heavy, persistent, and rooted in fear. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please give it a like. It helps the algorithm to show it to more people who need it. And please let me know in the comments, have you ever confused anxiety for ADHD or vice versa? 4. Behavior. When it comes to behavior, ADHD and anxiety create very different patterns, even though from the outside they may look similar. With ADHD, behavior is often impulsive. You might block things out without thinking, jump from one task to another, or completely lose track of time. Deadlines sneak up on you, not because you don't care, but because your brain struggles to manage organization and sustained focus. With anxiety, behavior is driven by fear and hesitation. Instead of acting too quickly like with ADHD, you may find yourself overthinking every step, second-guessing decisions, and seeking constant reassurance from others. Anxiety says, wait, what if you get it wrong? So you stall or avoid taking action altogether. Here's something really important. ADHD and anxiety can overlap. In fact, many people with ADHD end up developing anxiety. Why? Because constantly underperforming, missing deadlines, and being misunderstood by people can cause stress and worry. Eventually, this frustration turns into anxiety layered on top of ADHD. The key difference: ADHD behaviors are fueled by impulsivity and distraction, while anxiety behaviors are fueled by fear and avoidance. So how can you really tell if it's ADHD, anxiety, or maybe even both? Start by looking at the timeline of your symptoms. If you've struggled with focus, restlessness, or organization since childhood, that strongly points to ADHD. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental condition, meaning it starts early and is usually lifelong. Anxiety, on the other hand, often develops later in life, sometimes during periods of high stress, major transitions, or trauma. Symptoms may come and go, depending on what's happening around you. Another clue is when symptoms get worse. With ADHD, struggles often peak when you're bored, unstimulated, or doing repetitive tasks. With anxiety, symptoms intensify when you're triggered by fear, pressure, or uncertainty. Here's a simple way to think about it. ADHD is about difficulty regulating attention and action, while anxiety is about difficulty regulating fear and worry. Of course, many people can have both, which is why a proper assessment from a professional is so important. Getting the right diagnosis is absolutely crucial because while ADHD and anxiety can look similar on the surface, the treatments are very different. For ADHD, treatment often includes stimulant medications which help regulate dopamine and improve focus. Behavioral therapy, executive function coaching, and structured routines are also highly effective. For anxiety, the gold standard is usually CBT, along with medications such as SSRIs to calm excessive worry. Relaxation techniques, mindfulness, and lifestyle changes also play a big role. Here's the catch. Misdiagnosis can actually lead to the wrong treatment. If someone with undiagnosed ADHD is only given anxiety medication, it won't improve attention, and in some cases, it can actually lead to increased agitation and restlessness. Similarly, giving stimulants to someone whose main issue is anxiety could worsen their symptoms. Bottom line, if you're unsure whether it's ADHD, anxiety, or both, getting a comprehensive assessment from a qualified professional is the key step toward effective treatment and better quality of life. Can you have both? Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, comorbidity is very common. Research shows that up to 50% of people with ADHD also live with an anxiety disorder. This overlap can make life extra challenging. ADHD may lead to missed deadlines or impulsive mistakes, which then trigger anxiety about failure. Anxiety may worsen focus problems, making ADHD symptoms appear even stronger. That's why a dual diagnosis needs a tailored treatment plan. For example, someone might need stimulant medication for ADHD alongside CBT and relaxation strategies for anxiety. The key takeaway: managing one without addressing the other often isn't enough. Both conditions deserve recognition and proper care. Understanding the difference between ADHD and anxiety isn't about labels, it's about clarity. When you know what's really going on, you can find the right support, the right strategies, and a treatment plan that actually helps. Remember, mental health isn't one size fits all. Whether ADHD, anxiety, or both, awareness is the first step towards healing, growth, and thriving. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like this video and check out my other videos on high functioning ADHD, emotional burnout, and natural ways to support your mental health. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thanks for watching, and always remember, your mind matters. See you in the next video.